Nancy Ashley, and I'm going to be teaching you how to color your roots going platinum blonde. Now I have an ombre of what used to be cobalt blue and now it's turned into teal, but we're going to be doing my roots today. And the things you're going to need are a mirror, and that's behind you, some gloves. We'll get to the toner in a minute. You're going to need some foil. You're going to have to cut your foil into the length of what your roots are and a little bit more so. So about mine are about like 1.5 inches length that I've pre-cut, and these are my random ones. So you'll need scissors. You need a brush to comb out your hair. You need clips, about 4 to 5 depending on how thick your hair is. You're going to need, if you're a professional, then you can get professional grade stuff. If you're not, I suggest you go to a professional and get this done. But all of us have a tight budget every now and then. Make sure you have a white shirt on, because anything you do put on is going to get lightener on it. I'm going to be using dual purpose lightener, otherwise known as DPO, with 30 volume. It's not a suggestive volume at any means. 20 volume normally is, but because of my roots, and I've been doing this for at least 2 years now, I know 30 volume is the only volume that can get me to this white. And then I tone with the Ultraviolet Flash Finish by Paul Mitchell with 10 volume. And that I keep on for the max time, 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to section my hair when I get back. Then I'm going to show you how I'm going to start off coloring, retouching your new growth properly. Okay, so I got myself sectioned off in 4 sections, which is the 4 sections, which is like the traditional way of coloring hair. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll all lift at the same time. I'm going to mix this up and show you that, how to properly mix up your solution. I just want to clarify, no means 30 volume is not the recommended developer to use on the scalp. 20 is the highest recommended developer to use on the scalp. You're going to do 30 or 40, I really suggest you not doing, because you will get a chemical burn. I crossed that border. Very close to getting a chemical burn. The price you paid for hair. So I'm going to start off with just 1 scoop. I am going to have to remix, but I'd rather remix and have fresh going on than mixing a whole bunch and then doing it all like that, because it's processing. As soon as you mix it, then you have that problem of running in. Now I just poured 1.5 ounces out into that, because I like a little bit more smoother of a consistency with it, and that's me mixing it. You really should be using a metal whisk. I don't feel like going to get it. I'm doing this late at night because I have kids, and my baby actually is sleeping in his bed by himself. It's amazing. So I like this a little loose, gives me a little bit more flexibility. If you don't like it a little loose, just go with 1.25 ounces, because again, this stuff will thicken up on you within the process. A little bit looser. These are a little bit, it's where it's like somewhat still runny, but stiff at the same time. Like it'll hold the shape of where you put it, but it's going to run down a little bit. And then you're going to wipe off the excess off your brush right there. So, because you really don't want to get your old, you don't want to overlap your hair color. So I'm going to start off with this side. Make sure when you're twisting your hair and you're putting it in the clips, you clip it downwards. Because you clip it up, your ends are going to be getting all into the other side, and that's just not a good idea. So it's a good tip to flat iron your hair a couple of days before you're going to color your roots. So then you have like a buildup over your hair, your scalp area. Because I use such a high volume that it's better for me to have like a little barrier. Although this is going to rip right through that barrier. But it gives me a little comfort. And also the grease from your hair will, in the flat iron that you did, will help those little flyaways stay down so you know you're not breaking your hair. So you're going to start off and you hold your hair down. You start off, you're going to look in your mirror. You're just going to tap your hair with some product on it. You're going to bring some more. You only get on your brush as much root as you have. You don't want more than that. And you just eyeball it within the mirror. I run just a tad bit, a little bit over, very, like, not even a fourth, like an eighth of an inch over into my, overlapping my old blonde. I'll just so this hair stays out my damn way. I go with both sides. You know I'm not going down this side. I've already hit it. It's the center. It needs to be getting blonde right away anyways. When I get a good amount of product on there with lightener, you don't want to be like trying to comb it throughout your hair. You just want to put it where it goes and that's where it stays. That's why we're only going to be doing 1/4 sections throughout my entire head. So now that I got that down, you're going to take your little strips, and it's important to cut out these 1-inch strips because A, they save you time in the long run because you don't have to keep the lightener on as long, and you want to work really fast with it too. It keeps you organized so that you're not overlapping your hair again. You bring that hair down, you pull tight, and you'll see your product come through. If you're not seeing your product come through like that from your last section, you did not, you parted, you made too much, you made too big of a section. And you need to go back and repart and lessen that section up. Because you definitely should be seeing that product come through. So then you're going to hold down the other side pretty taut. And you're only going to tap that product back into there. Grab a little bit more just in case. Because you want a good saturation. You don't want this stuff drying out. And the foils help for you in the long run, and I'm going to explain why. When you're going to get to your back, it's very easy to hit hair you don't want to hit. It's very important to me to grow my hair out long, and blondes usually have those nasty straggly ends. Well, I don't have those. I did put a temporary color on my ends, but eventually it will go away. I could go the extra mile and do a silk cap, but I don't want to go that mile because I don't want to risk flying off my ends, and it's fading out pretty quickly anyways, and I looks like a mermaid effect to me right now, so I love it, and everyone else has said that they loved it. But you know what, all that matters with your hair and anything else in life is that you love it. So I'm going to finish up these two sides, and when I come back I will show you the back, how to do that. Okay, so I got the whole front done. Now when you get done with it, you bring it back over the side that you have it. Just twist the ends a little bit, so you have some like control and structure in your hair. guys aren't going to go flying every which way. They'll have their place. Also, it's going to be that side. Just clip it to where you can have some view of what you're going to do. Now, I want to step a little bit closer to the mirror since I'm so far away. And I'm just going to touch right there because I want that spot lifted. Okay. Now you got to see up my nose. Didn't think that part all clear. Since I flipped this side back over, I no longer have foil there, so I'm not going to foil there. Especially when it doesn't keep working. Touch down on it. Okay. So now that I got that done, I'm going to start on the back. Now I'm pretty low on product, so I know I'm going to have to remix here pretty soon because that scoop and that half ounce of developer took that whole front. I have a big head. So, and I have a lot of hair. It doesn't look like it, but I do. Ponytail's that big. What start am I going to do? I'm going to do this side. With these clips, if you clip it the opposite way with it, like if you're clipping away from that side, you take this end and point it towards that side. And that way, you'll know for sure it's not going to go back over that way. So what I like to do with the back is, first thing first, do my perimeter. I didn't do that in the front because I didn't see fairly good in the front. So what I do is I kind of pull my hair out to where I can see the roots, and then I take the brush and I feel it on my scalp. Because I can see the root in my mirror. You can see my root, but in the camera too. And I kind of tilt my eyes just a little bit. Great thing about the foil being there is I know I'm not overlapping it if I touch that area. Because that foil is blocking it. You still don't want to get so much over there. Since I put this one in afterwards, it's going to be a pain in the butt right there. Now this right here, you want to lift it up. If you cannot see what you're doing, make sure you get your hair lifted up. You will be able to see what you're doing then. If you cannot see what you're doing, stop. I repeat, stop. And go see a professional. Because you're not qualified to do it. No, I'm not joking. I've been doing hair for 15 years and I've seen it all. I put the gloves on because my fingers can't take the lightener no more on them. I'm like, they're killing us. You have those damn gloves there, now use them. So now I'm going to remix. I kind of figured that was it. So I'm going to do like the same amount I did before. One whole, not level scoop, just a scoop. You want to work quick. I'm moving very, very slow right now because it's super late right now. But I'm still wispy because I feel the sting on both sides, so it's all good. Okay. So I got the fill on that one. So with the hair, I guess get some product on the brush. Tap, 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 tap it and tap. Bring that up. Now I see from the time before I need to go up just a tad bit more. Just make sure I don't have that nasty yellow out of there. I did kind of a rush job last time I did my hair. Well, baby was crying and all that. I didn't do it when he was asleep. That's why I said I'm doing it while he's asleep. This time. So I put that foil too far, and that's the great thing about the foil. You do it this way, you know you're not overlapping. You know you're not going to break your hair off. It's so easy to break your hair off if you're lightening it. So easy to give yourself a chemical cut. And nobody likes a chemical cut. And you go from the angle that you can see. And there's the baby. I'm going to come back and I'm going to have the back done. So I washed it and toned it and then I blow dry it. And you can see, knowing my roots. It took about 35 minutes to process. Once I got them all covered, and you can tell that my ends are a little bit lighter than what they were. There's a lot more blonde starting to poke through. But yeah, just remember, when you're doing your own hair, you can bring your toner into the shower with you, so you don't have to get out and tone your hair outside of it. Just make sure you have your measuring cup and everything you need to do it. And rinse with cold water, because your head is on fire if you use 20 even if you just use 20 volume, your head's still going to feel like it's on fire because you're going platinum. Especially if you're at a level 6.5 like I was, more like a 6. There's some points where I think I'm a 5. But yeah, that's my video on how to go platinum. I hope you learn something and take it in and have a good time doing it. Go visit hothairforyou.com. Find a local hairstylist if you cannot do it yourself. And always remember to get professional grade products, because it really does make a difference. Because I would not have this shine without it. And it all starts from your shampoo and conditioner. A little expensive in the beginning, but works out in the end. This is Nancy Ashley signing off. Remember, find a local hairstylist at hothairforyou.com.